Well, hello guys, and welcome to a brand new video, guys. And it is, of course, Saturday. It is the great time of the weekend where you can just relax, chill, and watch some F1. Hello everyone, and hopefully everyone's having a great afternoon wherever you are around the world. And if it's morning, afternoon, evening, I hope you guys are going to have a great day, whatever you're doing. We are here for episode 2 of Let's Make Massa World Champion on F1 2016, using some little tweaked F1 2017 mods as well to try and make it as realistic as we can for this one. And we are here for round 2 in China for this episode, guys. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone for your support in the first one, which was a couple of days ago in Australia. Peaked the views already, smashed the like goal. We're going to keep doing this, guys, for every single episode. If you guys smash the like target by the end of the race or in a few days time, I will do the third episode straight away, guys, in Bahrain as well. I won't reveal the target just yet because this will be cropped off for YouTube as well. Just want to quickly say, guys, as well, today's streams I'm going to be doing hopefully 3 streams today. Obviously now with this Massa career mode sort of thing. Then later we've got the return of Race with the Subs, guys, on PC, which I'm excited about. And then hopefully later, something completely different, but it is F1 related, and it should be quite funny as well. All of this, guys, is in aid of a fellow member of our community, guys, who is Stephen. You may have heard of him. Unfortunately, he has got cancer, and sadly, he needs treatment in the States. And unfortunately, he hasn't got, his family can't provide him, and he needs this operation really. So in the description, guys, is a link to his Just Giving page, and you can donate. I'm going to be donating, guys, all the money from the Massa Career Mode series as well. So every single money I get from this series, and also I will be chucking in some more money as well throughout the series and for these streams as well tonight and this afternoon, of course. So the link is in the description, and I advise the mods as well to keep posting it as well. Let's try and raise some money, guys, and let's see if we can get. And if you donate, guys, as well, please put in the comment hashtag pray for Stephen to him. So just thought I'd let you guys know about that on there. So we're gonna kick things off then. My co-commentator is in the chat as well, Ranger Carrot. Great to see you, my friend. I will see you tomorrow for the AOR in China at this track, actually. So this is gonna be a nice little cheeky little thing we're gonna do around here. So the plan is we've got the Massa Career Mode now, then we've got the Race with the Subs later this evening, and then if I've got time, we'll do a very special F1 related video, which I'm not going to reveal what it is, but it's going to be a funny one as well. And it's a bit of a backtrack, but it's a lot of fun to do, and should be quite good. If you missed the last episode, guys, in Australia 2 days ago, Lewis Hamilton was on course to win this by a country mile, but he blew his engine on the straight, which gave Max Verstappen victory here as he leads the championship. We got P5 in the Grand Prix, just behind our teammate Lance Stroll, who did a worldy one-stop in this Grand Prix. But as you can see, we've got the full calendar for the 2017 season, minus Germany, of course. So without further ado, we're going to kick this off then. 50% races as well. We would do 100, but it's just timings, really, if I want to get much done today as well. If you do donate, guys, I will be giving you shout-outs during the stream as well. And if you do subscribe, guys, make sure to let me know in the comments who it is so I can give you a shout-out as well. So, here we go then. China, a track that I despise a lot on this game, as you guys may realise from the past. It is very cloudy at the minute, overcast conditions for qualifying. Maybe we could see a bit of rain. Maybe China has brought in the past some rain. So you never know, as there's Ricciardo getting a nice little chit-chat from his engineer on there. So, and there is the lovely Toro Rosso, in there, in the garage. Looks very, very sexy. And you can see, I've sort of fixed the Sauber. The numbers are wrong, but I will be checking them out, seeing that there. It was my fault, really, with the glitch I did with the setting this all up as well. The race suit is perfectly normal as well, which is what we want as well. I also have the Twitch chat up as well. We are streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. In case YouTube goes down, you guys can go over to Twitch, and then I'll just upload the stream afterwards on there. So we have got a bit of a backup, guys, in case we have issues throughout this stream. The setup we're going to be running it's going to be the same one as last time, if I'm honest with you guys. I've tested this, and it feels quite nice. The China set, the Australia set. So we're going to stick with it for this episode, because I feel it's quite nice to drive around here as well, and obviously to load the fuel as well during this Grand Prix. But one thing we're going to do quickly is check the weather, because we need to just keep an eye on conditions, and there's rain coming, guys, in 10 minutes. So well, actually, we'll have a little cheeky look at the race as well. So let's have a look. Oh, we've got rain, lads. We have got rain in the race as well. So the plan is to go out straight away on a set of super soft tyres, get a lap in, see where we're going to come out, and then if we've got time and it's raining, we'll go out and do some wet practice in case, obviously we've seen in the race that it's going to rain. So we'll see how we get on during this second race of the series. And I just want to say props to you guys for your support on the series. It is great to be doing something different, and I look forward to doing this, guys, throughout there. And the more likes we get, obviously I will get a episode out straight away. And it's already raining already. Jesus. Right, this is going to be fun. It's like a one-shot quali thing, and I've just realised my sensitivity is completely wrong, so I'm just going to have to quickly pause the game, do a certain thing on Thrustmaster's control panel, get that on default 360, and we should be fine now. There we go. Apart from obviously locking up thinking it's 900 degrees. We may get some shocking time, some positions here for qualifying if the rain's coming right now. So we'll see how we get on. If you're new around here, guys, make sure to subscribe as well and turn notifications on if you do not want to miss the series of Make Massa. And also, I'm accepting applications for who you want me to drive as for Season 2 of this Make Driver World Champion Series. I've got some suggestions already. We've got the likes of Ricciardo, Verstappen, to name a few, Alonso, Raikkonen, Hamilton. Well, Hamilton. Would I say really class Hamilton, considering he won the championship in 2015? It's hard, but the rain's coming down a lot quicker than expected. So this is going to be interesting. This qualifying session, I've got to say. We've got overcast conditions. Reminds me of the Nations Cup a little bit in Australia. If you guys remember that race, that was a bit of an interesting one. Oh, it's already raining. Yep. Overcast conditions and it starts raining. So this is going to be interesting, I've got to say. It's all about who is brave in these conditions. So we'll have to wait and see, really. The Red Bull's staying out ahead of us, so we're going to follow suit, but I just can't turn. This is so bad conditions. It's pouring it down the straight. Some of the teams are staying in. I think that's probably the wisest of decisions, but we'll have to just see how we get on. We may have called this right, but we're not too sure what the transition is in these conditions, but we'll have to wait and see as we have a little bit of a drift. So we are actually catching up, and that's the indication for intermediates there. The DRS has been disabled. So that means we know it's intermediate conditions right now, but you never know in these Grand Prix. Could be in for something interesting, and I can't even turn into the corner. I think it's intermediate weather, lads. I think we are to that stage now. So I think we'll pit this lap and jump on some intermediates, because it is getting too wet now for these super soft tyres to make any effect, and won't really clash with the intermediate times, I think. So I think we'll box this lap and jump on some inters, but the rain has trolled us a little bit here. So Hulkenberg, the fastest time of 55. I think that was on super soft tyres, so it's a little bit close to the wet tyres especially, so we best hope to get into the pits, jump some inters on, and see how we crack on. Thank you very much, Nick, for posting the Stevens Just Giving page. Remember, if you just joined as well, we will be doing the Race with the Subs charity stream edition tonight, so it's going to be quite fun to do that. We're going to raise some funds, hopefully, for Steven, and hopefully get him some money for just to help him a little bit during this difficult stage for him and his family. So we'll head back to the pits, abandon that lap completely. No one's beat Hulkenberg's time, so that, especially the Red Bull, so we're going to just pop in, put some cheeky set of the intermediates on and get back on there as well. Gamer is apparently Jeff this week, so I'll take your word for it unless Reese comes in. You either drive as Palmer or we will never watch your videos again. I will drive Jody and Palmer tonight because I like to drive the Renault, so we will be doing that. So we'll see how we crack on with that. Remember, guys, as well, if you want to donate to in aid for Stephen, the link is in the description, guys, and the mods will post it regularly during the YouTube and possibly Twitch chat if anyone is over on Twitch as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys can help him out as well as I would as well. If you're new around here as well, guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe as well if you want more of the Let's Make Champion series, whatever you want to call it. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to stick quite a bit of fuel in the car and go out and just practice these wet conditions. If you've got rain in the race, we might as well take the opportunity now to practice, so we may as well. Hulkenberg indeed could get pole here, Robbie, potentially. We'll have to wait and see as we'll head back out once again for a second lap. But make sure, guys, to share the stream out as well on YouTube, whatever forms of platform that you are on. Facebook, Discord, whatever you've got. Oh, this is nice and comfortable now, this Williams now in these conditions. So we'll have to wait and see how this pans out. But fifth in the championship's not too bad. Obviously, that was a bit of controversy. You guys remember with Ricciardo, if you watch the race. If you haven't, I would suggest watching it. But if you're new to the series and don't know what the concept is, basically we're going to be doing little storylines with like drivers, and it'll be a nice way to kick off with Massa because he nearly won the championship in 2008. And if you guys didn't know, we are running on Ultimate AI as well, the hardest difficulty on F1 2016. And haven't really done a lot of races in the wet, so I can't really say what the pace of the Ultimate AI are like in these conditions, but we'll have to wait and see. Doggo, great to see you, mate, and if you have subscribed recently, welcome to the channel. And I've just locked up there, having a little bit of a bottle, but all is good. All is good right now. Right, let's get on the power now. And crack on right now. But at the minute, Hulkenberg is on pole position, which I doubt that will... It could be, you know, I'm not too sure. Hulkenberg may have called his stint perfectly, but I'm not 100% sure. But we're about to find out. And we've got to wait and see if it's going to get even worse this rain for wet tyres. So we'll have to wait and see. That's why I've gone quite long on these, and put a lot of fuel in the car for this. And it doesn't help we've got a few cars on track. Lewis Hamilton, and he's completely blocking my line. Cheers, Lewis. Cheers, mate. And we've got a slow car ahead. Don't know who it is, but it's Ocon in the Force India, who had a cracking battle with, alongside his teammate, as he lets me through. And there is, I think it's a McLaren parked on the right-hand side. At least they've got something right with the performance this time around with McLaren. If their car's just chilling on the side, or he's just letting someone through, I'm not too sure, but a little bit of a tank snapper there through that section, but all about keeping it cool at the minute. And this is done in Grand Prix mode, if you guys did not know. We couldn't take Germany out, unfortunately, so had to have a little mini championship in Grand Prix mode just to see. And we're purple in the middle sector, so I think this is the wettest part of the track right here once as you saw on the laps. We're only half a second down, but we are purple in the middle sector, so definitely encouraging signs for us. So Hulkenberg got it absolutely spot on in the first sector, but we've just clawed back time in the middle sector. Melvin, thank you for your comment, mate. I do appreciate it, mate. And if you guys have been wondering as well if I'm using the performance mod, if you do not know, I've been running a mod where it runs 2017 times and the aero and stuff has been adjusted. The answer to your question is no, only because it takes a lot of time for the modder to create every single track, as we've gone fastest with a 53 flat. So I was indeed correct that the conditions were pretty good in the first sector for Hulkenberg, but then he just lost all the time back in the middle sector and the final sector. So the times are going to drop from the guys who have been on the super soft tyre. But at the minute, it stands me on pole with Hulkenberg second, Palmer third, and Stoffel Van Dorm in P4. And those three drivers are on the super soft tyre when they set their times when they went onto the track. And we've gone up in the first sector by almost half a second. So obviously that calamity with Lewis Hamilton has cost us there. Hulkenberg makes his switch onto the intermediates now, as I think some of the drivers will be doing that, but it's all about now track position and where you are with this rain coming down, because it is getting heavier and it will mean drivers may have to switch to the wet tyre, which I know some of you will be saying to these guys, get back out on track, get the times in, or you'll bottle it. But we've gone purple again and we're up by 1.2 seconds. We're starting to get a feel for these conditions right now. I think the tyres are up to temperature now. We're just taking it nice and easy, trying not to burn up the rears and lose the back end a little bit. We've already smashed 100 viewers already, which is insane for qualifying, so thank you very much. Bonnie Boo, thank you for subscribing as well, do appreciate it. Simon as well, thank you for subscribing to the channel, do really appreciate it. A little bit of a tank slapper there, but nearly up by 2 seconds now. Oh, and we've lost it, lads. We bottled the last corner. We have to give up a little bit of time so we don't gain an advantage. And it was back to where we actually lost a tenth there in the last sector, but we do go quickest on a 51.8. We did slow down and did not gain a much advantage, but Ocon was P2 as Hamilton smashes in a 51.7, which puts him a tenth ahead of us right now. So we have to just maybe just calm back, just chill a little bit, and then go for it again. Perez now up to P3 for Force India there. So we've got Mercedes on pole. Then it's an all Mercedes lockout really in terms of power units. Hamilton in obviously the Mercedes. Then it's me in a Mercedes powered Williams, and then we've got Raikkonen who's just slipped in there into P3 right there. So not too bad for Kimi, but not bad for us, as we're just going to take it nice and easy on this lap. We may go for one more lap and then I think that'll be us done, because I think the weather is getting a little bit too hard for us right now. But no word from Jeff actually, so as I've actually turned him off, because it comes up with, like, you know, for the 2017 drivers. So for example, Ocon, it won't say Ocon's in the pits or there's an issue with Ocon's car, because it will say Hulkenberg, because obviously the game thinks Hulkenberg's still racing, but obviously we changed the language file as well. Yep, I bottle this even though I'm a tenth behind Hamilton. So we're going to go again for another lap. We've just got, what, 3 minutes to go, so we're going to go again. This could be my last lap. And again, I think the last sector's getting a bit too wet for us, but let's see if we can snatch pole here. It's going to be close. We're about, I don't know, a few tenths off, maybe. So let's see if we can smash it now, lads, in these conditions. Just got to take it nice and easy here. Very easy. We've got to be careful of that last corner, as that is the wettest part of the track. A little bit of a tank snapper there out of that corner, but we are up by about half a second, so we are getting a little bit of a groove right now, and we're up by 7 tenths, but we've just locked up Taking a little bit of a wider line through that corner. As we are starting to get a little bit of grip now. As there is a little bit of a racing line there for the intermediates. We've run a little bit wide off the line, which isn't ideal for us. So we're only 4 tenths up, but we are going to be very cautious in the final sector as it is getting extremely wet. Even here as well, starting to lose a little bit of grip on these tyres. So maybe it's the crossover point now for the wet tyres. We'll have to wait and see. So the first 2 sectors are fine, but this last sector is going to be the crucial sector for us, I think. Even though we're like 4.5 tenths up, a little bit of a tank snapper again right there. No one's coming out, which is quite a shock really. But you can see the time, the delta's dropping off. So this is the point now we need to focus now. We've got to nail this last 2 corners of the Grand Prix. We're taking it very easy into the hairpin. We've lost time right there, so hopefully we can crawl back maybe some time. No, we're not. This last corner is going to be the crucial one for us. Taking it nice and easy. We're going to get on the power a little bit too early, but we've gone green, lads, and it's going to be pole position there. We smashed it, 51.2, and there are guys going out at the minute, but we won't get a lap in now. I feel it's a bit too wet for us as we've locked up into turn 1, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is me done for this qualifying session. We smashed it by about 3 tenths of a second, I think, to Hamilton, as we've got yellow flags out. Don't know why, but I think we're going to snatch pole position here in the Chinese Grand Prix. I'm not too sure what's going on up ahead with the yellow flags. I'm not too sure. Bottas is going very slowly for some reason, but we've got pole position, lads, by not by much actually. So I've got to say that last corner was very key. If we didn't get that right, we would have, you know, not got pole position there. But we have smashed it, lads, and could be our first pole of the series. So we may have called this right, and I think it's good that we're staying out just to get a little bit of a feel. See when the crossover point is from the inters to the wet tyres, of course, which is very important, as well as we nearly bottle it again through that part of the lap there. But just not getting the feel for now, and I think now the conditions are too much now for these intermediates, so we absolutely called it spot on to do another lap on the intermediates there, and we will be on pole position, lads, for this Chinese Grand Prix. But the race is a different story, lads. It's a different story, the race. We have got mixed conditions, so it is dry to start off with, so you never know what can happen in this Grand Prix. As you saw in Australia, we bottled it, so you never know. We could bottle this again, but Lance Stroll, our teammates, up to P4, so good. This is good for Williams, actually. First and fourth, as someone's coming into the pits. I think that's a Force India, but we're going to be boxing this lap, and we are going to be done for qualifying, and we will be on P1 unless someone pulls off a miracle lap right now. But what a lap, though. Yes, it's good to be back on streaming on Twitch. It's just as a backup, so we'll see how we get on there. But got nearly 130 people watching. This is ridiculous. But thank you guys for coming out and bring it home so you don't crash. Yeah. Also, as well, guys, if you have just joined today's streams that I've got to now, later on for Race with the Subs, and if I have time, a bit of a different video, but a funny one that I've got lined up with a couple of you guys. You guys can get involved in the stream later on. We'll have to wait and see. But we're raising funds today for Stephen, a member of our community, guys, on F1. If you guys didn't know, he found out that he had cancer, and sadly his operation that he had in the UK didn't really work for him. So the only option he's got is to go to America to have an operation, and his family don't have the funds to take him across there, so, you know, what can I say? So we're trying to raise as much money. Other YouTubers are getting involved as well. Alex Afro did a stream a few days ago for him. It's my turn today, but I'm going to be doing free streams, guys, so keep your eyes out for that. Seppen, if you're wondering why you only got 11 viewers on Twitch, is because on YouTube we've got 100 plus people, 143 people watching this right now. So if you're wondering why it says 11 for you but 143, it's because we're dual streaming today, basically, as well. The beta is not out yet, Emilio, apparently, so I can confirm that because I've not had anything yet, because I'm on the beta on there. Skidder, thank you very much, mate. Do appreciate your comment. What I am going to do, though, is just do this. Get that back on so I can try and read any comments, guys, that come... And I think we're in a little bit of a glitch here, so we have to just completely retire from the session. That's the official grid, guys. How did Jody and Palmer get P12? That's alright, Seppin. Lots of people did ask, so... this poll is for Steve. Who's Steve? Stephen. Yeah, we've got poll for Stephen, lads. Let's bring it home for him as well. So, Massa's on pole. We got pole by half a second, actually, from Hamilton. Then it's Raikkonen, then our teammate Lance Stroll, then the two Force Indias, and then Carlos Sainz, the French Baguette, then Kvyat, Hulkenberg complete the top 10, then Pascal Wehrlein, Palmer, Stoffel Van Dorn, and then I think the rest of the guys, apart from Fernando Alonso, was one who got disqualified as well, but 12th down to 19th for on super soft tyres. I don't know why, but that's a bit strange there. Very, very strange. So you guys who have been watching this right now, all 130 odd of you watching this right now, you guys get exclusive rights to qualifying. So if you do not want to miss qualifying, guys, because it gets cropped off for the episode, then make sure to subscribe, guys, and turn notifications on so you do not miss any of the qualifying session, guys. And we'll see how we crack on there. But without further ado, I'm going to give you guys the like target now before we go into the episode. We hit 100 likes quite easily in the last episode, apparently before like halfway in the race. So the target today, guys, is 110 likes. We're going to go up by 10 every time, guys, we smash it. So if we hit 110 likes, guys, before the end of the stream, then I may stream tomorrow, guys, Bahrain. So if you smash it, guys, and it will be another charity stream as well. So we'll have to wait and see if you guys smash the target. So the AOR broadcast is also going to be a charity stream as well. So I thought I'd just clear that one up quickly. So 110 likes, and we will be doing Bahrain tomorrow, guys. If not, it will be somewhere around Thursday next week, because I have got some other videos lined up as well. So without further ado, sit back, guys. Let me know in the comments if we're going to win this race or not. We're about to find out. Here we go. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video, guys, and we are live on YouTube and Twitch as well. We're here for round 2 of Let's Make Massa World Champion Series, and I want to say a massive thank you, guys, for the support in the last race in Australia. We smashed the like goal, and I did promise you guys if we smashed that target during the race, I would do this on Saturday, and this is the first of 3 streams today, guys. We're raising funds for a fellow member of our community who has got cancer, unfortunately, and needs funds to go to the States to get an operation as it didn't really work for him in the UK. So the link to that Just Giving page is in the description, guys, and the mods will post it as well. And I will be donating as well, guys, at the end of the streams today as well. And all of the Massa Career Mode series, or whatever you want to call this, guys, will be donated, guys. All the money I get from the series will be going to Stephen at the end of the series. So I want to say a massive thank you for you guys for all the support as well. Lewis Hamilton there, P2 on the grid. Had a great qualifying session. If you missed it, guys, it's exclusively only for the people who watch it live once we started. So if you are watching this back, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you do not miss out on the opportunity to see where we line up in qualifying. Because it was an interesting qualifying session, I will say, and there is us on pole position, getting it absolutely spot on with the wet conditions right there. So we'll have to wait and see. But here is the grid then for the Chinese Grand Prix for round 2 of this series. We are on pole with a 151.2 in very mixed conditions with Hamilton in P2. Raikkonen lines up P3, then our teammate Lance Stroll lines up in P4, then it's the 2 Force Indias, and then it's Carlos Sainz in 7th, then the French Baguette in 8th, Kvyat's in 9th, Hulkenberg 10th, Pascal Wehrlein, a good showing for him in P11 with Palmer 12th, Van Dorn, then it's Max Verstappen and Ricciardo down the pecking order alongside Vettel, Magnussen in 17th, then Bottas down in 18th there, Ericsson 19th, Fernando Alonso the last man to complete the field, and the 2 Manas are there on the grid, but they will get disqualified at the end of the first lap. And a lot of you did ask that in the last video. I changed the performance mod. Thank you very much to Carlito for the for that little bit there, which instantly disqualifies the Manas after the first lap. Now, I would turn the safety car on, but unfortunately there is a bit of a glitch with this, and it brings out a virtual safety car or a real-life safety car, so I am going to scrap it there. But look at this, lads. We have got dry, heavy rain conditions, then it's going to be bone dry by the end of this one. This race is going to be interesting, I've got to say. We are going to be sticking with this soft tyre strategy unless the rain comes early. But for the time being, we are just going to cruise at the minute, and we're just going to see how we crack on. But the setup I'm going to be running, guys, is basically the same one as we ran in Australia. Feels quite nice around here, so you can use it for your multiplayer races, your league racing, offline, career modes, whatever you want to do. I will leave a time frame in the comments, guys, at the end of the stream, so you guys can have a look. Use it if you want, or pause the stream, or pause the video if you're watching this back, of course, so you can use it as well. And our target today, guys, for the next episode, guys, if you want it early, then all you got to do is smash that like button, and the target is 110 likes. And if we smash that by the end of the race, then I will do it tomorrow, guys, round 3 in Bahrain. So let me know in the comments below who you want me to drive as in Series 2 of the series. You've got a nice selection, I've got to say. You can pick between the likes of Vettel, obviously he may win the championship this season, of course. Bottas, you've got Ricciardo, Verstappen, Alonso, Raikkonen, to name a few. So if you've got any driver in mind that you want me to take a challenge for the championship for season 2, then let me know in the comments, guys, or send me your suggestions over on Twitter by tweeting me, which you can find it on the top of your screen on the right hand side of the big blue thing in the middle. And there's a plane going over, which is so not realistic because there's no airport nearby, unless I could be completely wrong, but we'll wait and see. But it's 50% this series as well, and we're going to be switching to full qualifying, guys, as of next episode in Bahrain, just because I want to try and make it more realistic, because I think short qualifying doesn't really give the full-on pace of the AI, the ultimate AI. So I will be switching to full qualifying as of tomorrow, guys, if we smash it. If not, the video will be next week, of course, as I mentioned as well. So I will be back on later as well. We're going to be doing Race with the Subs. It will be making its return, so it gives me an opportunity to race with you guys online on PC, and it will be great to be racing with you guys. And we're raising money for Stephen for that stream as well. And then later we're going to be doing something completely different, which is going to be involving you guys if you want to take part in it as well. On should I reveal it? I'm not too sure, but I want to keep it a secret, a surprise. Some of you in the chat will know where I'm going with this, but if you follow me on Discord, you will know. But you guys can get involved. I'll be explaining more in it in the Race with the Sub, so make sure you check that video out, guys, later this evening. It will start around about 6:30. It'll be done for 8:30, and then we're going to be immediately switching over to the very special video, which is going to be a little test, and if it goes successfully, I will be doing a series on it, but not frequently, like once a day or something. It'll be like maybe once a week, maybe once a fortnight as well. So here we go then. We're going to be now going to the grid, as the Manas are already there waiting for us. But interestingly, Massa on the softs, Raikkonen's on the softs, Hamilton is on the super soft tyre, I've got to say. So this is going to be interesting how we line up there. But make sure to slap a like on this video, guys. Subscribe if you're new on here and turn notifications on as well. And remember, 110 likes, guys, by the end of the race. And I will be doing Bahrain tomorrow, guys. So if you want to see another stream, guys, and it is already raining apparently on my screen. I could be wrong. There is rain already on the main straight. Lads, it's going to be a bonkers race, this one. Make sure you share the stream out, guys, because this is going to be probably one of the most unpredictable races. It is already raining, as we've got 28 laps to take on this Grand Prix, but the lights are on. Here we go. Round 2 of the Let's Make Champions series, whatever you want to call it. I have no idea what I'm going to call this, but here we go. The lights are out, and it's a great start from us, actually. Hamilton's had a poor one. Look at Lance Stroll. He's going to go down the inside of Raikkonen, and he's moved up to... Oh, he did have the lead, actually. There's been contact, though, and I think Lance Stroll's caused it, unfortunately. And that is not what we want to see already after the first corner. Lance Stroll doing what Lance Stroll does and wipes out half the majority of the field. But at the minute you can see Hamilton's right on our trumpets along with Raikkonen. So I think Stroll tried to do something a bit ambitious, but it didn't really work for him. And he's just lost out there massively. I think he's only dropped a few positions, surprisingly. So fair play to him if he had a bit of contact, but gets away with it. So all we can do is just hold, hope and pray we hold on and defend from Lewis Hamilton, who is on those super soft tyres, who will be pitting very early, as the super softs aren't ideal around here. I'm not going to lie. They are terrible at China, only because the fact that they burn off after a few laps. But the overcast conditions could help Lewis Hamilton here. Maybe get them a little bit longer. And there you go. There's one man disqualified already. And there's the other one, Ria Harrianto. But a little bit of light precipitation right now, or rain, as you know. So we've got it on the main straight. So are we going to see in the final sector? It wasn't raining in the middle sector just yet, but I think the rain is coming across from this corner here. In a western view, if you're from this position right now, if that was north going towards turn 1, it's coming from the east. So we aren't leading this race only by half a second from Hamilton, and then 3 tenths behind is Kimi Räikkönen at this point. So all we can do is just keep him behind, really, Lewis Hamilton, and then just basically give him the dirty air, destroys his front tyres, and then you have to pit early. But we've gone very wide out of the snail complex, and I wasn't a fan of this coming to this Grand Prix. You guys know in the history, if you've been a subscriber of mine for quite some time, China's not been one of my favourite tracks to drive on if it's in a career mode. Nations Cup, potentially could be in the Nations Cup. I'll explain more on that in the video for Brazil, coming out the start of next week. And the rain has finally come in the middle sector now. So it's going to be light rain to start off with, and then it's going to get heavier as we go along in this Grand Prix, and then it's going to dry up at the end. So this is typical China, this is, I have to say. But I don't know who's behind Räikkönen, but at the minute, we're only half a second ahead. There is a little bit of blue sky there, so I think that's going to be going very shortly if this rain's already started. And it's getting a bit heavier now in the middle, in this final sector. It's not like drizzle, it's now actual light rain, but we're going to get maybe some worse there. Geography with Brian. Thanks, Lambrex. Good to see you, mate, as always. Remember, we have got heavy fuel load on the car as well, so we have to be braking a little bit earlier than we do in qualifying. So we are going to see a bit of a spread right now, but the top 3 are all still really line astern right now in this Grand Prix. But at the end of lap 2, we are still fastest man on the track, and the DRS has been enabled, but that probably won't last long because of the rain coming in. As we saw in qualifying, once a certain amount of rain comes onto the track and it's a bit dangerous to use the DRS, it will be disabled, and then we're going into unknown territory. And a bit of a tip for you guys, if you're racers out there who do league racing or career modes, if you see it pop up saying DRS is disabled when it's raining, that's when it is time to pit for intermediates. So just before I just want to give you a little bit of a point there, and the opposite as well. You either have 2 options. You either wait for Jeff to say alternative strategy, or it pops up on the screen saying DRS is enabled. So Hamilton's starting to drop off a little bit from his tyres starting to degrade. So, and we are starting to lose a little bit of grip now on these soft tyres, but we're just going to stay out until we get that sign that says DRS is disabled, remember. So got to keep an eye on that. But the gap is 1.1 seconds now, and I think Hamilton's starting to struggle now. And I think Raikkonen's just really wanting to get past Lewis Hamilton. So maybe those... Oh, a little bit damp in this section as we've run a little bit wide than I would have liked to take that line. But we're doing pretty well so far. Not too shabby. So we break a little bit early, and Raikkonen's finally got past Lewis Hamilton, who now is up to P2, as we've lost it there. And we've just absolutely been pile drive by Räikkönen there. And Hamilton's just stopped this car for some reason. We just lost it completely. I think it's getting very wet now, and that's the sign that I wanted to see. We are coming in the pits, and we've actually done a Lewis Hamilton, lads. We have done a Lewis Hamilton right now. And quickly put inters on. There we go. Hamilton's indication there, as we are going to be sticking on some intermediates there. That back end went massively, and what are they going on? Is Raikkonen on super... What, Raikkonen's on super softs, lads? This is interesting right now. I've got to say. We lost it because it's just too wet. I think it's too wet now. I think it's time. I think this is interesting now. Obviously, that was an indication that that is intermediate conditions. I'm just surprised Hamilton, Raikkonen as well, are on the super soft tyres. This rain's coming down quite quickly. So we're just going to take this chance now. We will be struggling in some of the sectors, but these guys will have to pit again, surely. But there's just... We've got to take a gamble, and I think this is the gamble right now. With this rain coming down quite heavy right now, I think we've made the right call, but I don't know what Raikkonen and Hamilton's AI were doing. They could have easily just like gone round me or something, as I think some of you will do. This middle sector, as you can see, we're getting a little bit of spray now from the car, so that's definitely an indication for me that we've made the right call. So the first sector is going to be a bit dangerous for us, as we're just going to be very cautious in this middle sector and final sector on these tyres. Just to get them up to a little bit of temperature, getting a lot more grip now in this snail section onto the back straight. And that is the sign that I wanted to see, that the DRS has now been disabled, and Stroll's in the pit. So Lance Stroll's in, and this has not worked out for the likes of Raikkonen and Hamilton. Hamilton having a dismal start to the series. He got he retired from the race in Australia leading it, and Raikkonen's back in the pits, so that's the sign that I wanted to see, and that's why I came in for a set of intermediate conditions. So we could have gone on the super softs really at the start of the Grand Prix, but we're going to be coming out somewhere, I don't know where actually. There's Pascal Wehrlein, and we have come out, I think, in 12th if we get round the outside of Wehrlein, which we have done. So we've really lost out there because of the front wing change as well. We could have been somewhere where our teammate is, so it's a bit unfortunate what happened, but as long I just wish we didn't do a Hamilton 2007, because we would have possibly come out ahead of these guys. We've got a lot of work to do now, unfortunately, to try and get past these guys. Max Verstappen's going to be the tough one, who won the last race in Australia, if you guys have been watching that race. A little bit wide than I would have liked through this section, but we've just got to take it nice and easy to kickstart our wet stint. We are going to get some heavy rain, remember, so we're going to be sticking the wet tyres on in case in a few laps time it's going to get even worse. But we're going to be running, being a bit aggressive. We have to be right now. But I have no idea who is going to be leading this Grand Prix once the pit stops have been made, because some of the guys have stayed out, which is a bit stupid in my opinion, but hey, that's their strategy call. If they want to do it, then fair play. We're going to get a good exit out of this corner. Hopefully the Williams OP straight line top speed will guide us past Max Verstappen here without any DRS. But look at that. Look at the speed we've got on Max Verstappen. Going to take the inside of him. Breaking a little bit too early. There's a bit of battling going on. Lance Stroll's fighting with a Haas. We've run a little bit too deep into the corner, but we've got to give Verstappen room. But we just about get it done, and then we move up to P11. Perez, I believe, will be coming to the pits. Oh my god, I think... Who was that? We've got people off the track. I don't know who that was. It was a Haas, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what's going on in this Grand Prix. It is all kicking off here. Two AIs have taken each other out at the final corner. Lance Stroll's up to second. Carlos Sainz up to third. We're going to be like, thank you very much. We'll take that position, and we'll take Lance Stroll's position as well. But Ocon is leading the Grand Prix, lads. Esteban Ocon in the Pink Force India is leading this Grand Prix. And this is a legit position right now as well, as we've got Stroll in third place, so we've got double Williams on the podium right now. Maybe you can think maybe of winning the Constructors' Championship here if it stays like as it is right now. This is ridiculous right now. I think it was Palmer, I'm not sure. Some of you are saying Palmer and a Haas collided with each other. I don't know who the Haas driver was, but Very interesting, the AI there, I've got to say. But Ocon doing a good job there, leading this Grand Prix. Let's get some hype in the chat for Ocon fans or Force India fans in the chat. If you are, you know, see how we get on. But Ocon leads this Grand Prix then, with us in second place. Stroll's only 1.6 behind, as we have a little bit of issues here in this middle sector. As remember, we're going to have to take it easy now with the rain getting heavier as we go along. And I've made it even harder now because Jeff's not enabled for me. I've turned him off. So it's all about getting the right call right now. He's not going to tell me about when the track's drying up, when the rain's stopping, all that. All that is off. Just to try and make it more of a challenge for me this series, alongside running an Ultimate AI, which I know a lot of you guys have been mentioning that the AI aren't as good in the wet as they are in the dry, so I've got to put that into consideration right now. But I'm not good in the wet, and I'm especially not good around China, so as I would like to bottle it. As you saw already in this Grand Prix, we've had a spin at the hairpin, but that was only just due to the track being wet and not having much grip. But Stroll's coming back at us. We're running a little bit too wide, as we have a little mini bottle. Nothing too serious. And I think Stroll now is catching us back up again, and he's bringing Sainz and Max Verstappen along to the party. So we could be in for a little bit of a scrap here between about 4 or 5 drivers for the lead, but we'll have to wait and see. That Force India looking pretty nice in pink, but I think his pace is a little bit off compared to ours right now. So we have a chance here of maybe winning this Grand Prix, but we don't be thinking about that too much. We kind of had that feeling in us when we were, obviously with Hamilton retiring in Australia. We had a bit of a feeling in my head that we could win the Grand Prix, but it's a bit doubtful, so we have to put it aside. Focus on this race and try and get Massa valuable points, as we're P5 in the championship. We could technically be leading the constructors by the end of the episode if it stays as it is, I think, mathematically, but I could be wrong right there. So I have to wait and see. But we are in lean at the minute. We've just got to be very cautious on this on these inters. We're going to try and make them as long as possible before the wet tyre switch. So we have to wait and see right now. Ocon doing a good job though. Yes, my name is Jeff. But remember guys, if you just joined as well, our target on the stream is 110 likes, and if we smash it, I will stream the next episode, guys, of this series, which will all be live as well. That will be on tomorrow, guys. Bahrain, round 3 of the championship, and it'll be on around about, I don't know yet, I've not really decided a time, but it'll be around about this time, 4 o'clock UK time. And then in the evening tomorrow, we have got, of course, the return of AOR, as I missed last week's broadcast due to me being away from my house for a few days, so for the bank holiday. But I am back, and I will be back commentating alongside Kodiak for commentary around this track. So getting some good knowledge, obviously, to say in the broadcast, of course. So far, gotta say, not too bad at the minute. A little bit of a lock-up though. I think I may have to just drop the brake pressure a little bit down. Just drop it by a little bit, not too much. We don't be getting a lot of oversteer and losing the back end. We don't want that. The rear brakes taking main priority. So the fronts are still priority at the minute on 57% on the front, so, and 43% on the rear. So it's all about managing here. My brakes, tyre wears. Raikkonen is out of the Grand Prix. Our first big name is out of this race. Raikkonen having a mare today, pitting twice on super soft, well, on dries in wet well, pitted it after 1 lap, put on some super softs in wet conditions, then he went back out again on inters. So Raikkonen out of the race. So let's get some bois in the chat, please. Bois, that's what we want to see. Get some Kimi bois going on right now. So we're going to be coming on then at the end of lap 8. Very exciting, this race already. We've got a Force India leading, me in second, then we've got our teammate in third, then we've got who's that behind? Is that a Mercedes? I don't know if that's Bottas or not, or is it Carlos Sainz, but we'll have to wait and see. So we're losing the back end a little bit, but we're still closing that gap right now to Ocon. Gap's 1.4. Stroll's managed to equal our pace there. It's still 2.5 seconds, but we've been very good in this first sector here with our setup. Very nice and stable through this first one. What's the next Mighty G? I have no idea. No, you know who Matt is. Come on, guys. You know who Matt is. Come on. Was a YouTuber, but now he's doing WTF1. So, why not? But nice to see the brawls going in the chat. Maybe some was, maybe. Wah and wah. But make sure as well, guys, this is a charity stream as well. If you want to donate to Stephen, member of our community who's got cancer, unfortunately, we're trying to raise some funds for him to get an operation in the States, as it didn't work for him in the UK. Link is in the description, guys. First thing you see in the stream description, and the mod will post it regularly as well. We want to try and raise as much money as possible for Stephen and help him get rid of cancer. So we want to try and help him there. But at the minute, we're doing a good job for him in this Grand Prix. We've got pole position if you miss qualifying, which obviously gets cropped out of these streams. If you guys didn't know, who are watching this now or watching it back and missed the qualifying session, the guys who are watching it live right now get priority and exclusive access to qualifying in these streams, and I'm just going to crop it out after the stream. So if you want to watch it, guys, make sure you have the notifications on and you subscribe as well, so you don't miss out on the qualifying. Keep an eye on Twitter as well by following me, which you can do on the top of the screen. That's my Twitter icon, and it's also in the description as well. So if you haven't already, guys, make sure to do that. Bottas makes the move on our teammate there, Lance Stroll. So Bottas now up to P3, and he's definitely the man to keep an eye on right now in that Mercedes. So that's not what I wanted to see as we move on to lap 10 of the Grand Prix. Ocon still 1.1 seconds ahead of us at the minute, but we're just taking it easy to start off with here, as the tyres are on 28%, and we've just made a mistake there. So could this be an early sign of maybe wet tyres? Because if you're starting to get that on the intermediates, then you're going to be struggling, just getting not a lot of grip off the racing line. So we've got to try and stay on this racing line as much as possible. We haven't really lost that much time, because I think Bottas made a mistake as well at the snail section. But let's have a look at the times. We only lost 8 tenths, so that's not too bad considering we went off in the snail complex. So not too bad. Bottas. Oh god, Bottas. That's a good name, I've got to say. Just a question as well regarding Twitch and YouTube viewers right now. Is the subscriber thing coming up? If it isn't, then please let me know in the chat by saying no. No sub. Let's put that, no sub. If you can't see the sub thing coming up for new subscribers, then just say no sub. If you are, then say yes sub. So let me know in the comments, guys. And Bottas is now hunting us down. So we have to go aggressive now on the fuel mixture, which I do not want to do, as we've got to try and defend from Valtteri Bottas there, who's already pulled away from our teammate there. So I have to wait. I think it's slicks. Nah. Okay, it is coming up. Oh no, we've lost it. We've lost it again, lads. It's just 2. That's why I didn't want to go on Rich Mix, because we just lose the back end there. But we are still P4, so it's not all end of days. Nice WWE reference there. If anyone knows what I'm on about, you get a bit of a cookie off me. The end of days. So it's not the end of the race, but a bit of a disaster there for us. Just losing that back end, but we've dropped 2 positions because of it, and it just gives Bottas a great chance to win this Grand Prix now. These conditions, as I mentioned, this race is unpredictable right now. The conditions are that bad that I'm making mistakes, like we saw at the start of the Grand Prix. When we made that little spin, at the same corner as well, we pitted. So we have to wait and see. Stroll's going very slowly, I've got to say. Making a lunge on our teammate, doing a Lance Stroll. We're torpedoing him, and we get the move done on him. Nice Rob Smeddy to say to Stroll, get out of the way, mate, or you're going to lose your seat. So we're now up to P3 again, lads. But now the big task now is to try and catch up to Bottas. That's the challenge we've got right now. But we'll have to wait and see as we're getting some nice "you bottled it" comments, which I am expecting to get. So I'm not bothered about that. It's just starting to struggle now. Heavy rain's coming down now. It is pouring it down. But still no sign of switching to the wet tyres just yet. Come on, Ocon. Ocon could do us a favour here and hold up Bottas for us just for a little bit. We'll have to wait and see. But we're still on the podium though. It's taking it nice and easy. And we've nearly done it again at the same corner. That's not what I wanted to do. No one's pitting yet for the wet tyres. And I don't think it's that time just yet. But I think that's an indication right there that we are struggling for grip right there. Bottas only 4 tenths behind Ocon going into turn 1. There you go. And he's actually holding on there, Ocon, for the lead of the Grand Prix. And I think they're battling actually. Running a little bit too wide, but we may pit this lap actually for a set of the wet tyres. I don't know what you guys think. Shall we pit? Go for a cheeky gamble. It works for us, I think. Sort of. But if Ocon can hold up Bottas, this can bring us back in to contention in this Grand Prix. So, let me know, guys. Are we going to pit or not pit? So, I want pit or no pit in the comments, guys. You've got till the main straight to make your decisions, and whichever one gets the most votes from what I can see, we will do that. So it's all about now managing these tyres in these conditions, because it is getting very tricky right now. Ocon doing us a brilliant favour here, holding up Valtteri Bottas for us, as we're going to close that gap down again, risk it for a biscuit. And the gap's now down to 2.5 seconds to Bottas, so this is working for us. So Ocon's doing us a fantastic favour here, doing us midfield teams proud by holding a Mercedes, but he's going to lose the lead here, unfortunately. So everyone's saying pit. We will pit this lap then, lads. As Ocon has unfortunately lost the lead of the Grand Prix, sadly. So Bottas will now lead this Chinese Grand Prix as we make our way to the second half of the Grand Prix. We're going to box this lap, put a set of the wet tyres. You guys are calling for it. We will do that right now. Taking a bit of a cheeky gamble this, coming in a bit earlier than usual, but we're coming to the pits for a set of wet tyres. Hopefully this will work. You guys are saying box, so I'm taking your word for it, lads, and that's a good stop there. Look at that, 1.8 seconds. GG Williams. There, let's get some GG Williams in the chat, guys. I'll have to wait and see how these wet tyres cope now in these conditions. But we are the first ones to pit onto the wet tyres, and it was K-Mag. We're only in 10th place. We've not lost that many positions. And we're side by side with Magnussen, so I think this is the definite call here. Thank you very much. We'll take that place from you, K-Mag. Well, I think it was Grosjean then who got caught out there with the Jody and Palmer car. So we'll have to wait and see if this is the right call by you lads. So obviously you guys in the comments are my engineers here for the series, because I can't have Jeff on because it just makes it a bit weird. So who needs Jeff? Precisely, who needs Jeff when I've got you guys to give me the strategy calls in this series? So you guys are going to be taking involvement in the series by giving me the indication of when to pit, what strategy to go on. So if you are here for the qualifying streams, you will make the decision on what tyre we start, what strategy we'll go on in the Grand Prix. So you guys have got a big say in the series this time around, and it's a great way to get you guys involved in the channel, on the channel as well. So this is what I like doing. I like getting involved with you guys through the power of streaming. I know some people are saying that it's so like 2012, F1 2012, but I like streaming. It's something I like doing. It's a great community to be in. You guys are coming along for the ride as well, which I want to have, and that is the sign that I wanted to see. The guys are pitting for wets, so you guys called it right there. So we've got to close this gap down. Stroll's in the pits as we just lose that back end, so I don't think I'm going to be running rich mix in this part of the lap as Alonso's coming in. So are we going to get ahead of at least one of the cars ahead of us. Is it going to be Ocon or Bottas? We're about to find out right now. And are we going to get ahead? The answer is yes. We're going to take the lead of the Grand Prix, lads, back from Ocon and Bottas. And that has worked out absolutely brilliantly for us, going in a lap earlier. You guys are awesome in the chat, so everyone put a GG right now in the chat. So thank you very much, guys, for getting us ahead of Valtteri Bottas, but we've now got a challenge on our hands right now. Perez has stayed out, unfortunately, so he's going to lose out massively, but we are now in the net race lead of this Grand Prix right now. So much appreciated, guys, for your support. Ocon's still there in P3, doing a fantastic job for Force India, but we've got it working, lads. We've run a little bit wide through this section right now, but the main priority now is to keep these wets very cool in terms of tyre temp as well. So if you see me going a little bit wide out of the corners, if the track's going to dry up, which we know it will dry up as we go along in the Grand Prix, it is going to get drier. So we're going to have to try and stay out on these as long as possible and make the switch to maybe inters or even possibly dries by the end of the race. We have to wait and see right now, but I'm just going to have to take this so carefully. And we have got a challenge on our hands with Valtteri Bottas behind us now in that Mercedes. So we have got a race on our hands right now. And Giannis, we aren't going to be doing that. I'm going to be running in lean as we get towards the hairpin. We don't want to burn those rears up again like we did. And we're going to run in second gear as well, just to help us save a little. I think the last sector's, last corner's not that wet at the minute, but Perez is coming in. So I think we have to brake a little bit earlier for the final corner there, lads, because I think we're struggling a little bit, as you saw in qualifying. So as Perez has pitted, we now take the race lead of this Grand Prix. Bottas is in second, Ocon's still holding on in P3. I think Verstappen's in P4 with our teammate in P5. This is going to be interesting for the Constructors' Championship with so many drivers, so many teams as well, in different positions right now. We could be in for an interesting Constructors' Championship standings once we get to the end of the episode as well. But remember as well, if you guys want to see another episode of this Massa World Champion Challenge series, then all you got to do is smash that like button. And if you get over 110 likes or on the dot, we will be streaming tomorrow that Bahrain race. So if you want to see that, guys, make sure to slap a like on this video right now if you want more of this Massa or Let's Make a Driver World Champion series. And also leave your thoughts on who you want me to drive as for next season, for season 2 or series 2 of the series. And they will be live as well, just to make it a bit more fun, makes it unpredictable. You guys can see if we have a crash or an accident, we take it on the chin and we just have to accept it and move on, and no flashbacks or whatnot in the series as well. But we are now under pressure from Bottas right now, which is not what we want, so we'll have to see. Right now we're going to go back up to lean, as you guys have suggested that we go in lean. Have a little bit of a cheeky lock up, full lock into the hairpin as well, which you don't want to do. Bottas is a lot more confident in that last sector compared to us. We're going to brake a little bit earlier, a little bit of a lock up as we make the corner. Okay, I guess, but it will do. We're keeping that gap to Bottas behind, which is very important. We are extending the gap to Ocon though, so that's definitely what we need to do right now. So it's one less driver to fight with for the win in this Grand Prix, but we've got 13 laps to go in this race. And remember as well, guys, we will be back later this evening, or this afternoon actually, for Race with the Subs making its return, and it's going to be a charity edition as well. We're going to be raising funds as we go along in the evening as well. Light rain in 10 minutes apparently, but I don't believe that. Oh, we've lost a little bit of a lock up there, but we just hold it on there. But we've been strong in this middle sector all race and in qualifying as well, so we have to just take it easy here. String a little bit wide just to cool the tyres down a little bit, which is ideal. So just going to just hold it nicely through here. Nice line that we're making here. A little bit too early on the power there. Short shifting up to 4th to reduce the traction. And Bottas has done the same as well. He's starting to struggle a little bit. So the gap's 0.6 of a second to Bottas. Ocon is starting to fall back a little bit, unfortunately. So any of the Ocon fans who had his little moment of fame leading this Grand Prix, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to win this race, but he is going to be under pressure very soon by, I think, Max Verstappen. So make Nico Bottas world champion. It could be a good idea to do. Make a little bit of a mistake there. Bottas right on the back of us there. As we are really struggling in these conditions right now. Not the ideal conditions that we need right now. But Bottas has made a mistake and we've increased that gap. He's lost 0.6 in this lap. So he made a mistake in the last sector, so the gap is now over 1 second right now in this race. We're coming up to 12 laps to go then. Can we hold off Bottas to win this Grand Prix? And can Ocon hold on for a brilliant podium finish for him in this Grand Prix? As we lose that back end once again. But make sure, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And turn those notifications on as well, so you do not miss out on the streams. And also like the video as well if you want more, as we have a little bit of a lock up there. So I am going to be putting the brake bias back to the front again, because the back end's starting to have a little bit of a tank slapper a little bit as well. So we need to avoid that, as we're going to take a little bit of a tighter line through here, getting a little bit of that racing line there, which you can see, which is the dark section of tarmac as well. But we will be going off the racing line at times just to cool the tyres down, which is very important in these conditions as well. We don't want to be burning these up very quickly. So if you see me shifting up a little bit, that's why. But the gap, 1.1 seconds. Ocon's going backwards now. The gap is now 9 seconds. So Ocon is starting to maybe parking the bus a little bit for some of the drivers, and he actually is starting to build one. Stroll doing a good job. He's in, I think, P5. I'm pretty sure he's P5 as Ocon. But you can see Bottas struggling to get on the power and try and get close to us. And again, we struggle in this hairpin. Even with braking early, we're struggling. But I think it's starting to get a bit lighter now, guys. I think it's starting to get intermediate conditions. We've run off the track, and that's a definite sign that we could be maybe switching to intermediates. And I think Jeff has just given us the call to come in for a pit stop. Bottas is going to try and make a move around the outside as we lock up a little bit. Not what we want to do. I've just pressed the replay button because I'm a bit of a tit. But we have lost the lead of the Grand Prix, I think, to Bottas. We have indeed. Bottas has gone wide, though. And we're going to take that. And Stroll has come into the pits. So Lance Stroll is on a charge right now, lads. He is in the pits. And I've just changed camera again because I'm trying to figure out what button it is to call into the pits right now. But we're going to be switching to intermediates. If Stroll's coming in now, as we are just losing grip now on these tyres, Bottas will take the lead of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. And that is not what I wanted right there. The back end slides out there. All chaos is ensuing right now in this Grand Prix. We've got Max Verstappen out on intermediates now. Stroll's out on intermediates as well. It's all kicking off now. Strategy's gone out of the window for some of the drivers right now. This is a must-watch Grand Prix now. We are just holding on for dear life here, just to try and get as much grip as possible. And just trying to hold on to Bottas right now. But we're struggling now. We're just locking up front, right and centre. The tyres are not liking these conditions now. But we're still holding on to Bottas, which is very important, as we're both struggling to get grip in these wet tyres, as it is now time to switch to those intermediate tyres. So Max Verstappen could potentially be leading the Grand Prix, lads. We'll have to wait and see, as we're going to go into lead. We're going to brake very early for the corner and try and get that gap down to Bottas. And you can see we caught up to him massively, so we may have a race in the pits here between the Mercedes and us right now. And Bottas is coming in. We're coming in as well. We're going to try and get as close to him as possible. We're trying to do a Sebastian Vettel, and the game is slowing me down. I can't do anything. I'm full throttling it. and I can't do anything. I'm locked at 44 miles an hour, lads. I don't know what's going on there. We've been given a warning by the stewards, but that is a bit naughty there from Cody's to give me that little glitch there. That is very unfortunate, I have to say, for us there. So we may lose out here to Max Verstappen, unfortunately. I just didn't understand why they put me on 44 miles an hour there down pit road. We're trying to do a Sebastian Vettel, but we're going to hold on to P2 in this race. But Bottas has pulled out a big gap right now, thanks to the 44 mile an hour glitch, unfortunately. But as it stands right now, Bottas leads with 10 laps to go. Then it's me in P2 as Massa, Verstappen in P3, and then I think it's Ocon in P4. But has anyone experienced what we've just seen right there, lads? I've never experienced that before, but that bug is indeed terrible, and it's just cost us a chance of victory right there, a chance, because we know that Mercedes is going to walk off into the distance, which is not what we want in terms of the championship fight. But this is not what I needed right now. We've just got to go and do what we did in qualifying and smash it in terms of lap times right now. We have to do it. Now, lads, let's get some hashtags going. Let's push, push, push. There's one for you. Hashtag push, push, push. We've got to try and get a win here for Steven if we can. As Verstappen's too far back to challenge us right now, but we're going to go up to Rich. We're going to take a massive gamble right now and just go for it. We just got to go for it now. I think you guys would agree with me. We're going to burn up the fuel now and just try and get Valtteri Bottas if we can as quickly as possible. With only 9 laps to go at the line. And is he going to dry enough quickly for dry tyres is another question as well. We've got to think about that. It did say it was going to be cloudy by the end of the Grand Prix, so we could be seeing maybe some dry tyres. We'll have to wait and see. But we've got 9 laps to go. This is going to be the very critical point of the race now. Who's going to be brave to go onto dry tyres if it dries up quickly? Lewis Hamilton, for the second race in a row, has retired from the Grand Prix. No points for Hamilton so far in the season. Let's see how we crack on now. Hamilton's out of the race. So Hamilton maybe getting the sack, maybe, if this was real life right now. Hamilton out again. Could be technical issues again. So this is indeed on the PC, if you're wondering what platform we're on. You can't mod, unfortunately, on Xbox and PS4 because most likely you'll be banned from Xbox or PS4 networks. So on PC, you have the luxury of modding, which is fantastic, and opens the door for YouTubers like myself to do these sort of 2017 season stuff as well. Jeff is out, so yeah, Jeff's out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. Mateus, we've took him out only because it affects the drivers. So when you guys hear over the radio, like for example, for the Force India of Hulkenberg in the real normal game, it will say Hulkenberg's got an issue, he's going to be slow. Because we've got Ocon taking his place, the text is going to be fine, but the voice command is not. And we've got another yellow flag out, and this most likely is going to be Lewis Hamilton, who's now been cleared off the track, so we are completely fine to continue. But all we have to do now, as we lose the back end once again, is just do what we did in qualifying. Smash the lap times. As I'm starting to get a lot more grip now than we did before, but we're going to stay in Rich. We're going to go for it now. With 8 laps to go, can we do it, lads? Give me your thoughts in the chat right now. Do you think we can win this Grand Prix? No, not like that, because we've just had a massive lockup, but luckily we should be alright, really, because we didn't really lose that much time. We just went a little bit wide, and we took a better line right there, and we know we've just got to be careful right now. We're attacking too much, but we just got to hope and pray. We're not that far away from Bottas in this Grand Prix. We've got to think about that. We're not that far away from Valtteri right now. We're locking up, though. Locking up galore right now. The gap's only 3.3 seconds, lads. It can be done, but don't count Max Verstappen out. We know how good he is in the wet, as we saw in real life in Brazil last season. So you never know what can happen right now, but If someone can give me a like target right now, Ryan is under pressure. I am indeed under pressure right now. I'm cracking a little bit, I'm not going to lie. I want to win this race for Stephen. A podium will be nice for Stephen, but a win is a lot better. So what's the gap then? 3.7, still the same as it is. But we are definitely under pressure right now. But what's the like target? What's the likes at the minute, guys? I want to know, because we've only got like 8 laps to go. And if we are going to smash it, hashtag spoon. Yeah, let's do a spoon, lads. We're going to spoon. Take a very early line there, early braking line, which has actually worked out. We're going to do that, guys. We're going to keep doing that line. Brake at that point, as that actually was probably one of the best corners we took off that hairpin of the Grand Prix entirely. So we'll have to wait and see. Gap, we've gained a 10th on Bottas. We are gaining on him very slowly, but that gap is starting to drop, and we need to take a little bit of cautious through turn 1, as again we make a mistake, but it's okay. Still within the limits of the track, so we're all right. We've got 91. We've got 19 likes to go, is it? 19 likes, guys, if you want another episode. So keep an eye out, guys, on that like target. Keep refreshing your stream, guys, if you want another race tomorrow in Bahrain. And it's going to be probably one of the beautiful races of the season, I've got to say, as well. If you want to see that race, guys, you know what to do. Slap that like button if you want another episode of this series as well. So we've got what, 7 to go. Gap's dropped again to 3.4. We've gained 2 tenths in the first sector. We are really pushing right now. I want to win this for Stephen. Let's get some motivation, guys, in the chat right now. We need to do this for Stephen. Hashtag win for Stephen, guys. Come on, let's get that going, guys, right now. Come on. Lock up galore, yes. Gap's down to 3 seconds, guys. It's coming down. Bottas is starting to struggle. I think he's burned up his tyres a little bit quicker. That's why I was in lean, to stay conservative on my tyres in this race right now. So we're in a bit of a sticky situation right now. See how we get on. But doing a very, very good job right now. Losing the back end a little bit. But we are closing Bottas down, lads. It has stopped raining in this sector, lads. This is the sign that we could be switching to the dry tyres by the end of the race. This is definite signs of dry tyres, lads. It has stopped raining right now. Who is going to take a gamble and pit for dries is the question. And I think Max Verstappen's one of them. No, he's not. He's stayed out. Max Verstappen is still staying out there, but this is a sign that a lot of you will be saying pit very soon or take a risk and stay out on the intermediate tyres. We've done it before in a previous episode. I can't remember what video it was, but we stayed out on inters right now. So what would you guys do at this point right now? It's still wet, but the rain has stopped, and we know China has got some very good drainage systems, so it will dry up very quickly right now. But this is a very crucial part of the race now. With only 6 or 5.5 laps to go, do we take a gamble and jump onto dries and just hope and pray we claw the time back, or do we pit? Pit or stay is the question. We're going to see what Bottas does. But if I'm honest with you, it's going to be one of the most difficult decisions of the series so far. Cody's are bringing the weather system. The unpredictability of this race is just ridiculous right now. What would you guys do right now? It looks bone dry on the back straight, I'm not gonna lie. It feels dry. There's not a lot of spray coming off the car as well. We're just gonna see what Bottas does at this point. You saw it in the Nations Cup feature race. That was the race that I was trying to think of, where we had an exciting end to the Grand Prix where it dried up. Bottas stays out for another lap. We're going to follow him, and we're just going to keep an eye on behind and see if Max Verstappen pits. Is he going to come in? No, we won't know because he's not in the picture, but the gap is now down to just over 1.5 seconds with 5 laps to go, lads. Can we put it off? for Steven is the question right there. Let me know, guys, do you think we should stay out to the end of the Grand Prix? Pit maybe? It all depends on the AI as well. Will they stay out as Stroll has come into the pits there? So Lance Stroll is the first man to take the gamble onto the option tyre, the super soft tyre potentially, and the DRS is now enabled, so Stroll has absolutely called it spot on right there. And lads, if you notice as well, DRS is now enabled, so if we get close to Bottas, we could jump him here, pit onto super soft tyres and pull off a cheeky strategy. Now Jeff's telling me to pit this lap as well. This is definitely what we want right there, so we are going to absolutely push right now for dear life, try and get close to Bottas and get that DRS and try and get past him before the pit stop window, as we do not want a repeat of what we experienced once we pitted off the wets to inters. So this is going to be interesting. You guys called it to not pit until the next lap. Bottas has got a better exit than us right now, but we're going to get that DRS. A little bit of oversteer right now over the curbs, and here we go, lads. DRS is now enabled for us, getting that applied. Can we get past Bottas before the hairpin? The answer to that question, unfortunately, is no, but we have closed that gap down to Bottas. But the question on everyone's mind is, where is Stroll going to come into this as well? But Bottas has had a poor exit here. We could try and get him into the pit lane, as we're both going into the pit lane. This has not worked out nicely. We've just done a Hamilton again. We've got away with that. We're just trying to be cheeky. Bottas is going very slowly. We're both going slowly. Bottas, I don't know what he's doing. He's going at 35 miles an hour. This is not going to help me right now, but we try to go for it there. We try to get past Bottas before the pit stops. Come on, boys, get me a good stop here. And we've been a slow pit stop. They've done me bad there. 2.9, but what was the game doing there again? But the question on everyone's mind is, where is Stroll in all of this, is the question. And we're on super softs. Bottas is on soft tyres, lads. This is going to be interesting, this last 4 laps of this Grand Prix. But we somehow got away with it. Bottas is going very slowly. Vettel's moved up to P3, lads, as Bottas is doing everything in his power to defend right now. But we've somehow got away with that scot-free, I have to say. We've done Hamilton for the second time in this race, which I wouldn't think I would do. I thought I would learn from the first mistake, but it didn't work there. But Bottas tactically doing a Lewis Hamilton in Bahrain, I have to say. So very cheeky from Bottas to do that. But we are just having to go now flat out right now. We are on the quicker tyre. Bottas is on the slower tyre, but these super softs will burn very quickly. So we just got to take this now as qualifying. Get past Bottas as quickly as possible, and when the tyres start to degrade, we have to be very cautious as well at the end of the race. We've still got 3 and a bit laps to go then. Bottas is starting to put a bit of a gap, which is obvious because he is in the Mercedes and we know how quick that is. But if we don't win this race now, Thomas, yes? But we have got the advantage here. I've got to stop taking wet lines here. We just got to attack now. Found to be Bottas. We've been quick in the first sector, lads, so we've got to get a good exit out of this corner. A little bit of oversteer, but what's the gap right now? It is 1.2 seconds, so it's not too bad right now, but the sun is coming out as Vettel sets the fastest lap of 39.1. So really the winner out of all this has been Sebastian Vettel. Comes out of nowhere and has gone up to 3rd place in this Grand Prix. Run a little bit wide, not ideal. A little bit of oversteer on our super soft tyres, but we just have to keep attacking with 3 laps to go. Can we win this? As the gap 1.1 seconds we've gained on Bottas in the first sector. This is the crucial sector now for us to try and get within that 1 second range. Just going to lift a little bit there, maybe drop the 6th gear to help us, but it's still a bit damp on the track, so we've got to take that into consideration as well. So we're just going to have to try everything in our power to try and catch up to Bottas, but that Mercedes is pretty damn quick. We have to admit that right now. As he's gained a little bit in that middle sector on us, about 2.5 tenths gained. And the Williams pit stop didn't help our cause either. with that 2.9 pit stop, which was absolutely disgusting, I have to say. But we are closing him up a little bit here, getting that little bit of slipstream there. Just got to try everything in the book right now. Try to break a little bit later for the hairpin. We just about make it, actually. I've got to say that was pretty close to borderline there. So we're closing that gap. We need to get that gap down to at least a second as we get the fastest lap of the Grand Prix by only a tenth of a second there with 2 laps to go. We've got to absolutely get close to him, and we are absolutely pushing right now in this first section of the track where we have been really quick all race over the cars around us. We get a very good exit as well. We can just see Bottas' name, which is very encouraging for all of us right now, as we're only 1,000th of a second off our best time in the first sector. That gap is now just over a second right now. This is going to be extremely close. We've got grip now compared to the last lap. The sun is coming out, which is helping us get the grip and temperature in these tyres, which don't really work in overcast conditions. So that cloud cover has gone completely. We're right on the back of Bottas now. These tyres are up to temperature, lads. We've got yellow flags out in that last part of the lap, so I don't think we can make a pass here. We'll have to wait and see what the game does to us right now, but we're going to get the better exit on Bottas. Here we go. Coming on there, we've got yellow flags, so we can't pass Bottas, unfortunately, on this lap. So we've got to stay behind him, otherwise we get a penalty. We get the green flag. It's going bonkers, that flag system, but we get the move done just before the yellow flag zone, and we have the lead of this Grand Prix with a few laps to go. I think someone's got a puncher or some sort of, there's yellow flags. I think that is definitely confirmed to us. Someone's going very slowly into that pit lane. I don't know who it is. We won't find that out until the end of the Grand Prix. But here we go, lads. One last lap to go in this Grand Prix. The gap is only 6/10 of a second. It's Williams versus Mercedes. Super soft tyres that are burning off very quickly versus soft tyres, which we know will get to the end of this race. Bottas taking a very wide line through the snail section right now. Get some hype in the chat going, lads. Give me some encouragement right now to get us to victory lane here in China. Bottas is still within a second right now. We've got to think about fuel as well. I've just noticed the fuel. We've got to be very cautious about that. So we're going to have to take this tactically and burn the rest of our fuel on that back straight to save us from that Mercedes. So it's going to be very quick in this sector. We're starting to lose a little bit of grip now on these super soft tyres through that section there. So Bottas will gain a little bit on us right now, but we're going to try and win this for Stephen. Remember, we need to win this race because I want to make him proud. I don't know if he's watching the stream, but if he is, then I'm doing it for you, pal. But we've got one sector to go in this Grand Prix. I'm getting excited right now. The gap is over a second, lads. We've pulled off a brilliant middle sector there as Bottas cannot do anything in his power on those soft tyres. Bit of a strange call, I've got to say. A lot of you were saying in the chat why Bottas would go on to the soft tyre, but it's worked for Vettel. Vettel's going to be on the podium, lads, but we're now going to be thinking about fuel. It looks okay for now. 2 corners to go. Or we're going to bottle it at the hairpin, which I don't want to do again. We lock up the fronts though, but we get the move nicely done there on that racing line with 1 corner to go. We're going to win the Chinese Grand Prix unless we bottle the last corner. We don't get it done. There we go, lads. Victory lane for Felipe Massa, who wins the Chinese Grand Prix. What a race. What a cracker. And I'm speechless right there. What a race. What a battle with Bottas. And it's a win for Williams in this series since Pastor Maldonado won in Spain a few years ago. And the guys there are very happy. And there he is. Felipe Massa back on the top of the podium in victory lane there. With Vettel, got to give him applause there for driver of the day. With a brilliant race there for him. But absolutely insane race there with the mixed conditions. And there's Ricciardo coming home in a very good P9 apparently according to the game, so he's very happy with that P9, but we have to wait and see what goes on. But here's the podium. There's us on the top step with Bottas there in P2 and Vettel there in P3, and there's our beautiful Williams FW40 lining in P1 there, and Massa gets his first trophy of the season from his P5 in Australia, and the champagne flies right there for Felipe Massa. And what a race that was, guys. And we've done it, guys. We've done it for Stephen. That's what we want right there. That's what we want. Let's get some hype in the chat, guys, for our victory. But here is the official results then of the Chinese Grand Prix. We win by only 1.3 seconds from Valtteri Bottas with Sebastian Vettel in P3 with Max Verstappen P4. Ocon, who was leading the Grand Prix at one point, is in P5. Good showing of Force India, not too bad. Stroll drops stuff from 4th to 6th place, but it's still a double points finish for Williams, so that's definitely what we want as well. Carlos Sainz in 7th with Van Dorn getting points for McLaren, and Ricciardo coming back from 15th to 9th, so that's pretty respectable as well, with Perez getting the final points paying position, with Alonso just missing out on the points there, but he comes from 20th on the grid to get 11th place, so props to you, sir. Very, very well done to you. But the rest of the field, guys, is on your screen right now. And the man, it was actually Magnussen who had a puncher, but Lewis Hamilton and Raikkonen are the two retirees then in this Grand Prix as well. So that has been an absolutely brilliant race there, guys. What a race to sign off episode 2 of Let's Make Massa World Champion. We'll be back maybe tomorrow if you guys have smashed the like goal. I do not know if you have or not. But in terms of the championship, we now move up to 2nd place, 2 points behind the championship leader Max Verstappen, as we are only 2 points ahead of Bottas in 3rd, with Vettel and Stroll dropping unfortunately down to 4th and 5th. Ocon moves up to 7th, Van Dorn moves up to P9, Raikkonen's dropped to 10th and Ricciardo's up to 12th. But the rest of the field, guys, as you can see in terms of the points, are on your screen right there. So if you can see your favourite driver, what can I say, in Hamilton there. Look at Hamilton down at the bottom on 0 points. So that's the hype we want to see, lads, right there. And in the Constructors, we are now leading the Constructors' Championship. So maybe we can add a little bit of an inkling to the series and make Williams Constructors champions here. We've got a 16-point gap over Red Bull and also 18 points ahead of Ferrari. So what an exciting race this has been, guys. I've got to say, another big mover, forcing you up to P5, and McLaren move up from 9th to 7th right there. But what a race this has been. An absolute brilliant race, I have to say. I'm absolutely stoked about that one. It's probably one of the best races I've done. And you guys have just checked as well. You've smashed the like target for the 2nd race in a row. You guys are legends, so you know what that means. Tomorrow will be another episode of the Let's Make Massa World Champion Series at Bahrain, and it will be live at this point tomorrow, guys, around about 3 to 4 p.m. UK time. So make sure to get that in your diaries to see that one there as well. But that will wrap things up today, guys. If you want to join me in the Discord right now, I'll be in there right now. The mods will post it in the chat if you want to join me. I'll be there for about maybe half an hour to get prepared for later on with Race with the Subs on PC, which you guys can get involved in as well at around about 7 o'clock UK time. And then after that, we're going to be doing a very special video as well, which you guys can get involved in as well down the line. But that has been episode 2 of the Massa career mode. I don't know what to call this, guys. I keep thinking of different names. Let me know what your best title is of the series in the comments. That'll be great. Make sure to slap a like on the video if you like what you saw. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and turn notifications on if you don't want to miss the next episode, guys, tomorrow. And I'll be back tomorrow for episode 3, guys, of the Make Massa World Champion Series. Until then, have a fantastic afternoon if you can't make later. But if you can, I will see you guys in a few hours' time for the next episode, guys, of Race with the Subs on F1 2016. Until then, it is goodbye from me, guys, and have a great afternoon, evening or morning, wherever around the world. Until then, I'm signing out, guys, and take care. See you there.